Investors love training demos. They're flashy. But businesses pay for inference every time a user asks a chatbot a question or a camera runs a detection model. Over the past several years, hundreds of billions of dollars have poured into AI infrastructure, semiconductors, racks, and the data centers that house them, as hyperscalers and cloud builders race to keep up with demand. Those tailwinds are real and massive. Industry leaders and analysts are even arguing we're looking at a multi-trillion-dollar build-out by 2030. Some high-profile industry figures and coverage project total AI infrastructure spending in the $3 to $4 trillion range by 2030. That's cloud expansion, data centers, custom chips, and the ecosystem to run inference at global scale. That number isn't a casual estimate. It's a directional flag telling investors there's an enormous runway ahead. AMD's starting block: real revenue, real customers. AMD isn't an academic experiment chasing theory. Its data center business reported approximately $12.6 billion in 2024, almost doubling year over year, driven by EPYC server CPUs and Instinct accelerators. That matters because you don't build a global inference play from slideware. You start with racks already in production. AMD's 2024 data center revenue is like having a chain of profitable cafes already open in major cities. Now imagine those cafes sell subscriptions for coffee refills every morning. Inference is that subscription revenue, small, recurring, and enormous in the aggregate. Training hogs the headlines, inference pays the rent. Let's be crystal, training is a high-intensity sport. It needs raw throughput, massive memory, and lots of power. NVIDIA's GPUs dominate training workloads and ecosystem support, which is why you'll hear numbers like NVIDIA holding 94% of the discrete GPU market, with AMD around 6% in that slice. That's a monster lead in the training lane. But inference is a different kind of contest. It rewards cost per call, per/dollar. How many inferences can you run per dollar? Power efficiency, per/watt, critical in racks and edge sites where power is expensive. Density and total cost of ownership. Racks that pack more inferences into less space win for big deployments. Software ease of deployment. Less friction to move models into production. In that list, AMD's strengths, chiplet economics, EPYC density, and competitive Instinct accelerators, line up perfectly with what inference buyers value. In short, dominating training doesn't automatically lock inference forever. Economics and integration do. By the way, if you are benefiting from the content so far and want more like this, like the video, it means much to me. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications bell, and comment the word more. Just go ahead and type the word more so I know. Now that you have commented, let's continue. Real Summit action, more, TENS Torrent, SG Lang and AMD, a signpost. At the AI Infra Summit, September 9th to 11th, 2025, in Santa Clara, infrastructure vendors showed the shape of the inference future. Notably, More, an AI infrastructure software company, unveiled a distributed inference system running on AMD and showcased collaborations with TENS Torrent and SG Lang. Those demos matter because they show partner software stacks optimized for AMD hardware, the sort of ecosystem validation that removes migration friction for customers. More's presentation and PR materials confirmed the showcase at the summit. Why that's useful practically? When infrastructure software vendors tune their stacks for specific silicon and demonstrate real-world deployments at major conferences, procurement teams at cloud providers and enterprises take notice. A validated stack shortens proof-of-concept cycles, and that accelerates revenue recognition. The $4T headline, what it really means for AMD. You've probably seen the headline that AI processor demand could hit multiple trillions by 2030. Whether the exact figure is $3T, $4T, or somewhere in between, the point is the same. We're building an AI-scale economy that needs chips, racks, networking, and software. AMD already occupies multiple layers of that stack: EPYC CPUs and servers, Instinct accelerators for compute, and partnerships that target inference. If even a modest slice of that trillion-dollar bill-out flows to inference hardware, AMD stands to convert its existing data center presence into a much larger recurring business that could hit AMD to $1,355 in the coming few years. If the inference portion of the market is, say, a few $100 billion annually at maturity, AMD grabbing single-digit percentages of that recurring spend translates into billions of additional revenue, the kind that shifts valuation narratives. Why AMD can be the cheaper, higher-density inference option. 3 technical threads help AMD in inference. 1. Chiplet economics and packaging. AMD's chiplet approach lets it mix dies, compute, I/O, memory, to balance performance, yield, and cost, which can lower system price. 2. EPYC density and memory bandwidth. Modern inference benefits from high memory capacity and bandwidth per socket, areas where EPYC has proven competitive. 3. Growing software optimization. When software stacks, like Moras or runtime optimizers, are tuned for AMD, the performance gap on inference workloads shrinks and system-level perf/dollar improves. Think of AMD as selling dinner plates in bulk. If each plate costs less and fits more meals on the table, the restaurant chooses AMD, especially if it's serving millions of meals per day. Edge and telco, where inference multiplies. Don't forget, inference isn't only centralized in hyperscaler clouds. Edge locations, telco POPs, on-premises retail boxes, automotive fleets, and even branch office servers will run inference close to users for latency and privacy reasons. Those deployments favor smaller, efficient, and cost-predictable hardware, the very economics AMD can exploit. If telcos standardize on AMD inference appliances at thousands of edge sites, the revenue compounds fast. Note this as well. But thou, when thou prayest, enter into thy closet, and when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. Matthew 6:6. If we fully obey the Lord, the Creator of heaven and earth, and carefully follow all His commandments, He has promised to set us high above all the nations of the earth. Deuteronomy 28. We shall be blessed when we come in and when we go out. I appeal to you to accept God and let Him be your guide, for He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Deuteronomy 31 verse 8. Want more information? Please check the description section. That's the end for now. If you have watched until the end, drop a comment like this: I stayed until the end. Just comment that I stayed until the end. When I see this comment, I will give you a heart. 3 more favors I request from you. First, like this video, subscribe and then turn on the notifications bell. If you do this, you greatly encourage me to continue bringing to you insightful content. Do not miss out on our future videos full of insight. All I am asking is your subscription. Thanks for joining us today. Your support means so much to us. Do not hesitate to share this video to help someone who may benefit. I recommend that you watch the next video, subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts about today's video. Wish you God's blessings and care. Faith and prayer will do what no power on earth can accomplish. See you in the next video by God's mercy.